What up, man? Welcome back, y'all. We all meet me on the 50, man. This is Thursday. The Director's Corner night. You already know how we do, man. We got a special one tonight. Why the chat box so big, man? Hold on, let me go ahead and shrink this down right quick. I'm a one-man show over here, y'all. One-man show. I'm the lighting man, I'm the sound man, I'm the technical man, I'm the IT dude. Your boy do everything, man. Hey, man, welcome back, y'all. Meet me on the 50, y'all. We have Mr. Miguel Bonds. He's on the way. I'm gonna get him on Skype. Yeah, we about to get this thing going. Let's go ahead and do that. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that red box, that subscribe button. Stick around for a while, man. We here at least twice a week. At least, shit, we've been kind of slacking last week, huh? But Tuesday and Thursday is what we normally in this thing live, man. So go ahead and hit that red box. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get the man of the hour on the phone. We opened up the show just now. That was Talladega at down at Mardi Gras Endymion Parade 2019 under the Macy's Tunnel, man. All right, here we go. Hey, Mr. Bonds, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to open this up. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, I got your audio. There you go. I see you now.
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go. All right, let me get you on the screen here. I think everybody can hear you. Let me get you on a big screen, though. Everybody, we have the man of the hour, man. This is Mr. Miguel Bonds, the director of bands for Talladega College. Go ahead and say hi to the people, sir.
How y'all doing today?
All right, let's make sure everybody's good. Hey, in the comment section, leave me a thumbs up. Let me know the sound is good. Let me know everything is good as far as audio and video. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Anybody in the comments, go ahead and give me a thumbs up on the comment section, y'all. Vivica, I see you. I see you, Mel. Okay. All right, everybody chiming in, saying what's going on. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it, man. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I got a delay. Do you see a delay on your end?
I hear you.
Okay, good. All right, cool, man. So you are you at home now? Seem like, huh?
Yeah.
You might as well record. You might as well do it from the comfort of your own home, man. So where are you from?
I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans, and you went to school obviously in the New Orleans system. What high school did you go to?
I went to Sarah T. Reed High School.
So you started out as a bandsman at that school, or when did you first pick up your horn?
I first picked up my horn, I want to say, at Fifth Howard Elementary School.
Okay, so what horn? What's your primary horn that you started out on?
I started out on trombone.
Okay, and that's the horn that you ended up playing throughout high school, all the way to Southern, or?
I played trombone all the way to Southern, and then I swapped to euphonium.
Wow. So what made you make the switch?
Well, when I went to Southern in '93, I think we ended up having like 40 trombone players in there, and it was crab trombones. I think it was. It was quite a few of them. And they said we're gonna keep maybe about 20. Anybody want to play euphonium? And I was like, hell, I feel like I mastered the trombone. I might as well play something else.
Yeah.
So when Mr. J asked that, I just played euphonium after that. Well, baritone.
So it wasn't as in demand as trombones back. It seemed like euphoniums wasn't as in demand back then, probably.
Right.
So the quick rundown. So first of all, let me go ahead and back up. Thank you for being on the show. I know I know you're a busy man, one of the busiest men in this game right now, man. So thank you for being on. So starting out, just can you do a quick run through of the programs that you have been a part of?
I started out at Reed High School. I went on to Southern University, and once I went to Southern University, I actually went back to Reed High School, my school, and became the band director of Reed High School. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I went to work at Stillman. Then after that, Delaware. Then after that, Talladega.
Wow. So you mentioned Stillman. So I've gotten pretty cool with Mr. PJ Howard over there. So What's the relationship like with Mr. Howard? He started out at Talladega, right? Did he start out with you first?
Actually, PJ started out at Miles as an assistant, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And then he, I was out the game for a minute, and then I asked him to come work with me at Talladega. We have a good relationship, though.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Because y'all aren't too far from. How far is Talladega from Stillman, geographically?
It's about 2 hours.
Okay, it ain't that bad. Yeah. So you mentioned Dale State. Now I was there for when y'all went to Howard University, and the thing y'all put on Howard that game. Do you remember that game? Was the killer mentality just extra that game, or was that the whole season pretty much? That was the embodiment of the whole energy.
I think that was right after I left Delaware.
Oh, okay.
It was the same year, but I had left.
And that was the only game that I seen y'all at right there. So, Mr. Carnell Knighton, was he was he on staff back then, or was he just part of? Did he come up to do clinics?
Well, one thing I will say about the Southern band is we always supported each other. And whenever one of us went out and did our thing, we would always ask our band directors. I had Mr. J, I had Mr. Knighton, I had Dr. Greg, I had Goose, all of those folks. But we would always reach back and ask for their expertise. And when you're starting something new, even here at Talladega, you like to lean on people who you know.
Right.
People who are going to lead you in the right direction, and people who are going to try to help you as much as they possibly can. So what he did is I paid him a consulting fee to write a couple tunes and come out there and help me out.
It's amazing how I mean, you make it seem simple as far as just saying, you should all work together, but especially in this game, that even that on the media side, on the band side, the band director side, it's a lot of mentality where people don't want to work together and help each other. So that's good. It seemed like that jukebox network is spreads far though. No matter where you go, y'all support each other, man. So maybe it's just a jukebox thing or something.
I think all band directors should support each other.
Yeah.
I think all bandsmen should support each other, support each other, and even down to the media and everything else. Media team. It shouldn't be no beef. It should just be, we all like band. We're supposed to be band heads. Right.
What do you think, what's going to take to bridge that gap, you think, as far as just on the band director side? Do you notice any kind of mentality where people don't want to work with you or work with other programs? Or?
Well, I really don't get into that. It's like either we work together or we don't. But everyone who I've ever worked with, they've been very professional. They've made sure that, they let you know what they want to participate in and what they don't. And you just have to respect what they say. Yeah. Either you want to do it or you don't. Got
you. So Talladega first hit the scene. You guys been around since 2013 or 2014?
2012.
2012 was when the band first formed? When you first got there? Okay. Because I think everybody's really heard of Talladega when y'all had that Bloody Sunday versus Southern, obviously, in 2014. So you saying y'all were kicking 2 years before that, actually?
Actually, it was 2012 fall, 2013 spring, then 2013 fall, and then 2014 spring, which was that spring of when we had the Bloody Sunday in New Orleans against Southern. So it was only a year, maybe a half before we had that battle.
Wow. So, I mean, obviously the growth has been phenomenal. Is there anything that you can relay as far as how that happened? I mean, because you guys I said blowed up. I said, what's that girl say? You got me flued out. You see that meme when the girl said she got me flued out? You guys grew exponentially, Mr. Bonds. What do you think was the secret behind that, or something behind that you can let us know in on?
Well, when God have something for you, when Yahweh have something for you, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Yeah, basically, it's all along what Yahweh said.
Right. Because what are you watching right now, number wise?
In the band altogether, we have about maybe 304 people. We've been traveling with about 275, 280.
Wow. So you have different bands. You have a traveling band, you have a home band, and
we have a you do what I say band.
I hear
and you travel. If
you
don't, Out of here.
Out of here. Okay, okay. So speaking of traveling, so everybody always asks the question about accepting the parade, the Trump parade, and everything like that. What have been some of the positive things that you seen come out of that Trump inauguration parade?
Well, one thing we have to remember is that parade wasn't a Trump parade. That parade was a transition of power.
Okay.
And during that time, a lot of folks couldn't see the forest for the trees, if that makes any sense. We've been having a lot of positive things happen at Talladega since then. I'll give you an example. We have 3 new buildings on the campus. I have a new band room as a result of this. No one knows the conditions of where we started from. And sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture. The school has some 15,000 donors now. It's a lot of great things that has happened. And students, most importantly, were able to get new instruments, new uniforms, but the most important thing was more scholarships that they were able to get. We were able to award student scholarships.
Yeah, I mean, just touching on that, this is prime recruiting season right now, and it's almost at a point now where it's so much talent, and it seemed like in the past all that talent used to go to maybe 1, maybe 2 different schools, 3 different schools, but it seemed like with so many programs like Talladega, and then you got Stillman coming up, it's a lot of opportunity for kids. So how do you grasp their attention? If it's so many band programs now fighting for the same kids.
I'll say this: every kid know where they want to go, regardless, and it's enough talent out there, and there's always been talent. Now we just have the media, social media, and a few things like that where kids are able to see things and the media is able to see bands that they typically wouldn't pay attention to. But for us, we just doing Talladega. We're not concerned with nobody on the outside thinks. We only concerned about what we think. We doing Talladega, and hopefully by us doing Talladega, we'll be just finding more kids will want to come. Last year we had a record number for us, 181 freshmen. And the way it's looking, we may end up having maybe 200 freshmen. It's a lot of, kids that's been visiting our webpage. It's degaband.net, www.degaband.net. And we've been having so many kids fill out applications. We really ahead right now. So, we'll start recruiting next week. We let everybody else go do their recruitment, go do whatever they need to do, and then I just sweep in and do what I need to do.
Yeah. So, are there any talks in the school itself as far as getting a football team anytime, or is that still not in the talks yet?
Well, I look at it like this: football and band don't need to be together all the time. We've proven that you don't need a football team to have a good band, but we are looking at the possibility of football, and we're exploring that option. We just have to make sure it makes sense, because football is a very expensive sport to have.
Right.
We just need to make sure we have the proper infrastructure for football. As far as, we're overcrowded now at Talladega. We have record numbers over here at the institution. So we just need to make sure it's something that we want to do. But from my understanding, they are trying to move forward. We just have to just wait and just see what the outcome is.
Right, because I was going to ask if you obviously it's a plus. It can be a plus for band programs by not having a football team, obviously, because there's more dollars to be thrown towards the band program. Is that a fact or no?
Well, I know for me, football puts a lot of restrictions on the band. So, Talladega's able to, we went to Ohio this year, New Orleans, a whole bunch of places. But if we had football, we'd have to sacrifice some of the travel. See, we travel more, I think, than most of the bands who have football. And what we're trying to do is create an experience for the students to travel the country, to network with people, and just to enjoy themselves in different atmospheres.
Okay. Because I think most people have the I guess misconception that during the fall season that you guys aren't able to see many other, obviously not see other programs, but you're saying you guys still travel and perform places.
Right. We do battle the bands with other great bands. I have a good relationship with mostly with pretty much all of the band directors.
Yeah.
So, and then we add another caveat to it that kids are able to have a battle of the bands, and at the same time, the band program is able to, I'm sorry about that. The band programs are able to have fundraisers. We're able to raise money for our programs while we're doing the battle of the bands.
Got you. So, Talladega, pretty much, man, you guys were the first program to be like a brand new program and just excel and show these other smaller programs that there is room for other programs outside of the household bands like the Southerns and the Jackson States like that. What are some of the keys to success, for example, for like some of the new, like K-State that's just now starting to, gain some traction? What would you give them as far as some advice for these new programs hitting the scene now?
Oh, I'm not going to give them no advice. They just have to figure that out on their own.
All right, leave it at that. Mr. Chuck Gaines, I had him on the show about a month ago on Meet the Media. He's head of your media team, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So what's your take on band media, man? You think you mentioned a little bit earlier about kids seeing the different clips online. What's your take on band media?
Well, I'm new to it. To be honest with you, pretty much everything I know, I think Chuck may have taught it to me. The student, he's graduating this year.
Right.
I know where I like the band to be positioned to take, but he's really showed me that there's a whole new market and a whole nother way to do some things. I think it's good. If he's dedicated. I see that there's a passion for it from him.
Yeah.
And I just believe that, if that's whatever you want to do with your program, you just do it. But
yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I look forward to finally meeting him. I'm going to be down in Alabama next month. So how far? You said you're about an hour from Birmingham?
We're about 45 minutes from Birmingham, an hour and a half from Atlanta. So we're in the middle.
I gotta come holler at you definitely when I come out there. What is the I want to say, get into Alabama. So it's the state of Alabama. Let's go ahead and leave it at that. There are a lot of programs in Alabama, a lot of collegiate programs. I think it was about 6 or 7. Tuskegee, Miles, Talladega, Alabama State, A&M, Stillman. I think I'm leaving somebody out. But let's say 6 or 7, known bands. How do you set yourself apart, with that many programs in that one concentrated area like that?
Well, we have a different mindset over here at Talladega, and I think we're unique in a lot of ways. We do things differently from everyone else. Some of the other programs are known for different characteristics than Talladega, but we just do us. We really don't worry about the other programs and what they got going. Obviously, if we're going to march with them, we may decide to pay attention to them. We're looking forward to Stillman doing a good job, of course, because he did work with us, and we have a good rapport with him. Miles does good at what they do. Mr. Snipes does an excellent job of making Miles again. Mr. Oliver does a great job at Bama. All of them really do great jobs of doing what they do. We just have to make sure what we do is not the same thing that they're doing over at their institution.
Got you. So taking it down back to New Orleans, man. So what was your take on Bloody Sunday versus Southern this year?
It was entertaining, I guess.
Entertaining. Was it more competitive? Was it more exciting than the first time you met with them, or about the same? Or?
Nothing probably will ever be better than the first time. The first time, you got to think, this is our first time seeing my alma mater. We know what Southern can do. We know what Mr. J, Mr. Hammer, all those people can do.
Right.
And so it's just exciting to be there, just to see the expressions on their faces, to watch the fan base do what they do, and just to prove, that we deserve to be at the table.
Yeah.
And they showed us you deserve to be here.
Yeah, I set the bar so high, man. 2014, I think it was just such a shock, But like, who is this What are your colors? The turquoise and red. What's Talladega's color?
Crimson and Carolina blue.
Yeah, Carolina blue and crimson. Who is this band out here across from Southern? You know, going note for note with them. So, it was just the bar was just raised so high, man.
Yeah, so many tried and it didn't work out too well.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like you made it seem kind of easy. It's like other bands have tried to do the same, and like you said, that hasn't worked out that same way. So just leaving it on Southern for a second, because you know you are alumni, you marched there and everything. You guys have a tendency to play them very tough. You know, it's other bands that seem to be able to hang with them too. You think it's because do you think you know the inner workings of the jukebox? You're able to say, look, I can match this with that because I know that you're going to think this. What's your mentality going against them in a battle, you think?
Well, for one, let's get something straight. Southern gonna be Southern regardless, no matter who is the band director over there at Southern. And know that Talladega gonna be Talladega. One thing we have to understand is I did go to Southern. You know, I'm very familiar with the system. What I had to do at Talladega is not reinvent the wheel, but you know, make it. You know how you get a wheel that just wheels. Some people like chrome wheels. I just have to just make sure that everything that we do is in line with A, what I was taught, and B, make sure it's unique to Talladega.
Okay.
So everything that we do Talladega, Southern do Southern. It's not the same.
Yeah. It's like you can't outdo another band doing what they doing. You know, it's like
we're not trying to outdo another program. We're trying to outdo our last program.
Gotcha.
That's what we're trying to do at Talladega.
Yeah. So I always ask the question, you know, just to kind of give you a chance to look ahead 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Could you see yourself ever on that staff at Southern, or you think Talladega is home? That's where you're going to be from now on, huh?
Well, I never had a desire to be the band director at Southern.
Okay.
Southern have their own history. And, you know, Southern is going to do what they do. I've always wanted to be at a program that I could start from scratch.
Yeah.
That I could say, what's law? You know, and I have a remarkable staff here. And once I finish what I'm doing at Talladega, I'm going to be at the house.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
I have no desire to go and be another band's band director. I'm fine where I'm at. You know, this is home. You know, I'm grateful of the things that I was taught, but I'm doing me right now.
Right. So what was the back, you said 2012, was the president just had an inkling to start a program up? Like how'd that what's the history behind the band program even starting up back then?
Well, the enrollment was low. And the president said that he was going to come up with some things to instill that pride and discipline back at the institution, which they were always known for. Talladega's always been known for excellence. They have more sitting college presidents than any other school. And what he wanted to do was create a program in the atmosphere. He wanted a marching band. They thought they was going to start off with 40, you know, but we ended up having a lot more, and it was his vision. We just made it do what it do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So you mentioned the schools that you were affiliated with as far as a band director, but you also had a role to play in the All-Star Band down in New Orleans. You want to speak a little bit about that, about the program down there?
Well, I remember, I think it was Brian Simmons and Barra Coleman. They were doing the All-Star Band. I think they were already had started doing what they needed to do. And, you know, there were some young promising band directors. And they asked me, you know, I think they kind of felt sorry for me, thought I wasn't doing nothing. And so they was like, well, you should come work with the All-Star Band.
For the summer? You mean over the summertime because it was kind of slow?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the summer. For that summer. And I just said, okay, I'll do it. You know, and I just worked with them, and it was fun working with them. And then after we helped them get started, then it was all them after that.
Yeah, because, I mean, last week I talked to Mr. Kedrick Taylor about the LLI program out there in Baton Rouge and just how great of a feeder program that is to the Southern program. Do you look at all-star bands in the same fashion? You know, each state pretty much has a major, major all-star band. You got the Alabama all-star band now, right? You got one in Mississippi. Do you
Well,
what's your take on all-star band as far as a
I'll
feeder
tell
system?
you this. Um, do you know who Michael Collins and Kellen Christian and James Thomas is? Do you know those
I haven't
folks?
heard those names before. No.
Okay. Well, they was over, and Tremont, they was over the Memphis Mass Band.
Mm-hmm.
When I started my program at Talladega, uh, I actually went to New Orleans first, Mass Band, to get some kids.
Mm.
And then I traveled to Memphis, and they pushed me a lot of kids
Mm-hmm.
from that Memphis Mass Band to Talladega.
Mm.
So, I think that mass bands could be very instrumental for you
Mm-hmm.
if you work them the right way. I just think band is good regardless of what it is. If it's mass band, college band, whatever, it's good. Anytime, those mass bands keep kids out of trouble
Yeah.
over summer. And, you can go in there and pretty much grab one or two kids out of there, or you may grab several kids. It's just a matter of how you do things.
Yeah.
But I think they're good. I think, I've enjoyed all of them. I enjoyed the Mississippi Mass Band. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying Mississippi Mass Band, but
Yeah. 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 I got you.
I enjoyed them. I travel there every year to hear them, not to recruit, but just to hear them. I enjoy them. I enjoy Memphis Mass Band. Well, I enjoyed Memphis Mass Band. NOASB, I'm always support them. That's my city.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed them. I enjoyed listening to a lot of them, but those three were the most that I paid attention to. Oh, and I like Hum too.
Yeah, Houston United. Yeah, they doing their thing too. So you mentioned some of the New Orleans, the New Orleans scene. Pre-Katrina, obviously that was, band programs were very, very. That whole city was full of music, man. It was totally
Right.
different. So do you think?
I was a band director back then.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, what year was that again?
I think I was band director from what, 2002, I want to say. I don't
Okay.
remember.
Okay.
I did it all the way up until Katrina.
Yeah, and it seems like there's a resurgence. There's a reemergence of that culture, man. Do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you?
Helen Cox.
Yeah, Helen Cox.
Lester Walker.
You see that Alice, that junior high? Was it an elementary or a junior high?
All
Alice,
of those bands are doing remarkable
crazy.
down there. All of those band directors are really doing a hell of a job of bringing it back. It was definitely a great experience to be at Mardi Gras and to hear those bands. And it really made me proud when I listened to all of those bands come back, because I just saw in my eyes all these kids coming to Talladega.
But yeah, what's funny you say that though, because I seen one high school band and the drum majors were doing the exact same routines that Talladega was doing. Have you seen that video of that high school band?
There's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Which band are you talking about?
I would have to look up the clip, but it just caught me off guard because like I said, y'all hit the scene heavy in 2014, so y'all ain't been on the scene that long. But it's the fact that bands are already emulating your style is just shows that you guys have a great influence on that.
Everybody just wants something new. Everybody trying to do something new. It's good that we have traditional programs, and it's good that we have new programs. It's just a bigger variety for students to choose from. But the great thing about all these different college bands is there's something for someone. Every music should be going to college.
Yeah.
And I the number one thing that I brag on at Talladega is, I think in the last over 6 years, we graduated 110 people out of our band program. And this year we're looking to graduate maybe 25, 30 more kids, or young adults. So that's what we love to brag on out here. That's what we have to offer.
But that's wild though, because it's not uncommon for kids to be career band students. Be there 7, 8 years, man, still marching.
We're not doing that. You're here for a purpose. Band is the secondary purpose of being in college. The primary purpose is to get a degree, and that's what we more focus on, the degree. And if you're not serious about getting a degree, you need to go move on with your life.
All right, so you mentioned, you saw a lot of the kids down in New Orleans. You said all of them coming to Talladega, man. So let me ask you this. What do you think the kids will gain from coming to Talladega versus going to another university? What do you have to offer the kids that another school or another band program could not offer them?
The experience.
Mm-hmm. Experience of what overall, just being part of the Marching Tornado Band?
Talladega's a great place.
The Talladega's, okay, so the whole school.
It's a great place. The community loves the institution.
Mm-hmm.
Talladega's like a family. You know, Talladega's probably one of the only places where a regular student could go and talk to the college president if they needed to do that.
Mm.
All the doors are open for students. Talladega helped kids out more than I could talk all day about all of the great things that this institution do for students.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, they don't mind taking, a kid and from the bottom and helping them rise to the top. They are very hands-on at this institution to make sure students receive the things that they need to graduate and to become successful students. That's why they call themselves the Alpha Laura Vega of the model.
Gotcha.
That's what we have to offer. You can go anywhere and march in a big band.
Mm-hmm.
You can go anywhere and march in a band. But the experience that you get over here, that's what's important, the experience that you get.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's. I know some people say it's just band, man, but a lot of kids will choose their school based off of how good the band program is, and then figure out if they like the school academically once they get there, which is kind of backwards, but that's just what it is,
Well, you got to thank Talladega for the longest. Talladega was known as the little black Harvard of the South.
Mm-hmm.
Up until maybe about 8 years ago, if you wasn't in the top 10% of your class, you couldn't even come to Talladega.
Mm.
They kind of relaxed some of the admissions once they start getting extracurricular activities, but that's at a minimum. The requirements are high to get in. So, when you're looking up a school and you're looking for, for a particular major, that's how you should be picking the schools. But like I said, the experience is completely different from anywhere else. And I've been to PWI. I've got a master's degree from a PWI. I went to a HBCU and received my undergrad degree. And I went to, and I'm working at a smaller private institution. So me being able to experience all of that, I know that Talladega is a spot that everyone could be successful in.
Yeah, absolutely. So a high school senior that's looking for a home next fall, how do they reach you? What's their next step?
They can go to degaband.net, go under future bandsmen, and then they can just fill out an application, or they can contact the band office. But either way, it's fine. And then our band staff is pretty accessible to the students. I think we already know who's coming to Talladega.
Oh, you already got the list growing. Is it a growing list still? They're doing auditions and everything.
Well, I'll put it this way. We can march 450 next year if we wanted. 450, 500 if we truly wanted to.
Wow. Well, so let me. That's a good. I guess a good segue. So if you had to describe Talladega's approach to marching band, like you said, it's all about setting yourself apart, finding your own lane. The way you approach musicianship, the way you approach, marching band in general, what would you say that would be, in your opinion? You're the director of bands, obviously. So what's your approach to that whole to marching band?
I like all bands, marching band, concert band. I like all bands. I don't try to sell Talladega. I think the program and the product sells itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's all in what you want. If Talladega's where you want to be, you'll be here. If Talladega's not where you want to be, you're just going to get blown out by Talladega.
There you go. All right. Hey, look, in the comment section, I need y'all to post questions that you have for Mr. Bonds. Go ahead and put them in the comments, and we're going to read through them. See, other than that, did you have anything else that you want to throw out there, Mr. Bonds? Because I think I took up enough of your time already, but I always give the fans a chance to ask you questions too.
Well, I just think that if kids are serious about, and young adults, old adults, whomever, if you're serious about getting an education, I think Talladega is a spot for you. I think that we just need to be focused on getting our education and having a good band experience. You know, it don't matter what other people think; it's how you see it is what matters.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I got a bunch of questions that just flooded the chat room. So, very first one, and this is Mel. He marched for Southern. I forget which year, but he said, "Ask Mr. Bonds, what's your funny doc story? Because all Jukes have one." You got one?
I got so many. But I remember we were going to California in 1994, and I was a gambler. I'm still a gambler, but I gambled a lot back then. And we was playing this card game called Tonk on the at the airport while we was waiting to get on our plane. And Doc came over here and said, "God damn it. Put them goddamn cards out for your ass be left out here and goddamn every time I turn my back, your stupid ass want to gamble." You know, it just cuts me out. But Doc was great. Doc was great.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a privilege to have marched under him, from what I understand, man.
It's a privilege.
Yeah,
it was a privilege, I should say.
All right, let's see. Will you be adding any new staff or arrangers this year, considering the growing size of the band?
Well, we looked at that already. It just depending on the number of students we get. We like to have a certain number of professional staff members to be able to accommodate those folks. But I'm more than sure if the band grows, we'll be adding on.
Gotcha. Flat Plane Mr. P asks, I guess he's talking about the 2014 battle, but if there was no 2014 Bloody Sunday, do you think Talladega would be in a different place or as popular? Or did that put you on a map?
I think that was the turning point for the program. But as I said, everything is ordained, so it was going to go down however the creator said it was going to go down anyway. So I really can't think what if it did not happen. We're grateful that it did happen because that was a turning point for our program.
Gotcha. All right, I think, let me see here. Mr. Bonds, do you still visit Southern sometimes? I guess he means just as an alumni, just to go on campus, I guess.
Actually, I have not been visiting like I probably should, but I try to donate to the institution on a consistent basis because I do love my alma mater. You know, it's kind of strange if it makes any sense. So, like, I still have Southern paraphernalia, but it feels kind of like I'm not supposed to have this on. Yeah. I love this place, but I'm not supposed to have this on.
Right.
Let me put on a Talladega shirt.
It's the same thing as LeBron leaving. You know, he went to Miami. You know, he still loved Cleveland, I'm sure, but when you're a competitor, it's about the game at that point. You know, he still got love for his hometown.
Yeah, and then I created this, so I had I love to visit Southern. When I get an opportunity to visit, you know, I'm always welcome. The people are very nice there. You know, it's like family over there. It was where I came up at.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end it with this question here. Mr. Fatman 8989 asks, I guess he's talking about the change of leadership and everything. Do you have any views on the change of leadership, and do you want to see them grow and get better, or now that they're competition, do you not really put much thought into that?
We're talking about Southern right now?
Yeah, I guess the change of leadership and the new director.
I support Southern University, and I don't entertain that. I can't entertain that question.
Absolutely.
Whatever Southern University have going, I'm an alumni of that institution, and I support Southern University. I'm friends with all of the band directors that's been there that I know, and I will not entertain that. Okay. I'm just grateful that we still have a program at our institution.
Absolutely. All right, man. Everybody in the chat room, thanks for asking my question. He said he graduated in '94 from Southern. Okay. All right, cool. Hey, Mr. Bonds, we're going to close it out with that. I do have a clip that you had sent me. We're going to close out with Happy from 2014 Bacchus.
That battle.
That battle. Say it again.
That battle, that part.
That battle, that part, man. So I have it queued up already. Mr. Bonds, thanks again for being on. I look forward to meeting you hopefully next month when I'm down in Alabama. I'm going to be down in Birmingham. I'm going to stop past and see you.
All right, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Have a good evening.
All right, you too.
All right, bye. All right, y'all. That was Mr. Bonds right there, Talladega College director of bands. He sent me some clips that he wanted to have open the show up with and what he wanted to close the show out with. So we have Happy from 2014 Bacchus versus Southern, man. So with that, hey, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, man. Y'all are awesome. If you have not heard the news and follow me on Facebook, I have secured the venue for my very first, well, meet me on the 50's very first Battle of Bands, because we in this together at this point, y'all. I will be dropping more information on it as far as the bands that's going to be participating as well as the location. But just know that it's coming. And yeah, y'all going to be the first to know here. So let's go ahead and close out the this awesome interview we had tonight with Mr. Bonds with Happy from 2014 Bacchus. Here we go.